Implosion is kind of a mixture. It's sort of a part horror story and part hostage story, which we haven't really done that much on the show in terms of mixing those kind of genres. And basically, Melinda's being haunted by a ghost who she believes was blown up by a landmine. In unraveling this mystery, she finds a storage area where they're holding unexploded ordnance at the deserted fort in town, the deserted armory. And then this leads to a further development where one of those bombs is missing and in the hands of one of our villains on the show with dark intentions. In thinking about the 100th episode, which is a great milestone, and it's a nice achievement, particularly in this climate we're in today, where not many things last that long. But really, what we mostly wanted to do was give the audience what it seems to like the best, which is a really strong emotional story, a really strong, scary story, something where there's a lot of emotional closure, and also a tense subplot that has a little bit of action and just a little more scope than we normally do. I think that Ghost Whisperer has evolved in a really healthy way, because any show needs to stay fresh and keep changing. But the challenge is, how do you still keep true to the core thing that the audience responded to in the first place, and that keeps them coming back? And P.K. Simmons came in the third season and sort of took the reins of the show for me at that point. I was moving on, and I think one of the just brilliant things that P.K. has done is consistently keep the show fresh, and he's taken huge chances. Last season, when Jim was killed off and brought back, and the way he was brought back, it took a lot of guts to do that. And PK and the writing staff really are great at keeping it inventive, keeping it fresh, and yet always still the audience who started out with us can still find things that they love about the show and that they still relate to. I do believe in ghosts. I don't really know. I wouldn't presume to pontificate about ghosts and what I think the rules are or that kind of thing. We bring up the notion in this episode of maybe you never die, because as long as someone remembers you, someone's been affected by you, maybe you really live on forever, as long as there's someone out there thinking about you or feeling something about you. So in that respect, I do kind of believe in ghosts. And really, the show for me has always been about dealing with death. More so than the supernatural with ghosts. It's been about dealing with my own fear of death and my own feelings about death and trying to find ways to make death okay. Whether it's about finding ways to comfort the characters when they've lost loved ones, or whether it's trying to really look at what's left behind when people leave. So those are the themes that I've always been really interested in, and I've been able to work out a lot of my own fears and anxieties about death. And there you have it. I'm John Gray. Please tune in for Implosion on Ghost Whisperer, Friday night, CBS, 8 o'clock.